Dr. Rituparno again. I find this young boy terribly interesting, and I hope you're enjoying this. So, Ritu, tell me, what are the future plans for you as an individual? You look after your father. Are you thinking of having a permanent companion in your life to share your life with? I know you have a brother who works with you. And professionally, are you going to go into some other field, include some other field? I can see you doing jewelry design. I can see you going into all kinds of
Yes,
artistic fields. I can't see you confining yourself
a
to
slot,
just
a
filmmaking.
given slot.
Yes. You have been an editor, haven't you?
I
of a
still
magazine?
am.
You
I
still
still am.
are.
I used to be an editor of a Bengali cinema magazine, film magazine, which basically dealt with gossip, and I found it immensely interesting.
What gossip is.
What gossip is, and what the entire social phenomenon of gossip.
Right.
How a term like divorce, through just gossip, just imagine the connotation of the word divorce 30 years ago. It was meant to be a scandal. It was
Spoken
looked
of in
upon
hushed
as-
terms, if at all.
constantly in hushed tones,
And today
then
it's
it became a
excitement.
social. Yeah, it became a social phenomena. Single parent. I still remember when Nina had a child, and she was a single mother, and it was a thing to write about and not to be spoken publicly. But it was, I mean, none of us knew that a gossip magazine, by perpetuating the myth of this clandestine single mother, was almost catering to a liberation, was almost paving
In
the
India,
way. Yes.
Yes, coming
So I
from
think
there.
the role of gossip magazines, because
Has
they
been
had
quite-
taken, there were always those sneak peeks into the celebrity's life, and almost as if the celebrities were entitled to do unlawful things.
Which we are actually. We get away with
yes,
it.
Yes, yeah,
We do.
yeah, entirely.
And people expect it of celebrities. Or
Because
there is a
Mundi,
certain amount
somebody,
of.
as a man, when I want to wear kohl, kajal, and I can wear it just because I'm a celebrity.
That's
I can
true.
think of
That's true.
somebody
Nobody
who
will say
wants to
anything to
wear
you.
kohl, wants to wear a kajal like me, and walk off in public. I mean, my entire success as a celebrity has given me the freedom to choose my terms of my life.
State your terms.
Yes, absolutely. And so it is, I think it's very important. But I think now that the television is all over and the celebrities every day keep coming to our drawing rooms, I think the line is gradually getting a little broken, and this blurring will help a very healthy interaction of values.
So from gossip, you went to television too, since we're talking
Yes,
about television.
yes.
And you worked as what?
I was a host of a talk show. Yes.
Is that all? Weren't you creative head?
I was creative
anything?
head of the Bengali section of BWW, Broadcast Worldwide, which is Tara. So that since its inception in Calcutta,
Did you enjoy that?
I did
that
enjoy
too
that,
technical?
but yes, of course, we did some very interesting, very path-breaking programs. But the entire limitation of original channel and the dictates of the market. I mean, television is something I don't think you can enjoy doing it endlessly just for the sake of creative joy.
Right.
Unless, I think even Discovery Channel or the History Channel or the channels we think are very exciting, people who constantly work for them, they don't find it that exciting or adventurous anymore.
But you've
Because
really
this-
grown, haven't you, from your advertising to your editing to working as.
Yes, I have, Mundi. I think what I've learned from this is, even how much ever I try, I'll never feature among the first 100, 200 filmmakers of the world. So, might as well spend the
not?
rest of the time
Why not,
watching
Ritu?
their films.
Why not?
Knowing what I am, knowing my capability, so I will even not be counted as among the 20 best luminaries of Bengali cinema.
Your
I have
career
to-
is not over yet.
If I have to
And
make,
so far, I beg to differ. I think you've done extremely well, because how many directors in India, in the Indian history of films, can say that they have had 5, 7 international awards? How many can? So you have already established something. And you're so young yet, you have so far to go. So don't you think it's a bit premature to sit back and say, I'm not going to be amongst the first 100 or 200 and I'm too content in that?
It's
Isn't
a
that
bit
giving
pessimistic
up?
or cynical.
Yes, in a way.
Maybe, but
It's easy. It's easy. Why not make it more difficult for yourself?
Possibly, but then sometimes I feel a little thwarted by the entire
Machinery.
anxiety to cater to the populist culture and what is going,
But
what
you
the
actually
market
make
is.
films for yourself.
I am.
Don't you?
I do.
You
because
once told me, you said, I like this unit, I want this kind of a subject, this is what I want to do with actors I love, and I will only work for myself. So,
and I work, since I work from my instinct, basically, I believe that there is bound to be a reflection of my unit in instinct in every audience and every juror for that matter.
right.
So it automatically will cater to my viewer and to the juror as well. So I don't have to try hard to make a film to please them or to please my audience. So it can be equally endearing to both if I am doing it honestly, if I'm trusting my own instincts and my instinctive response to a particular subject or a situation. So that is my approach. That's how I approach
you're
films.
interested in doing a film on the life of Buddha.
Yes.
I mean, that's global, that's international, that's Indian. I mean,
Yes.
so there is so much more. I mean, what
I
really
think when I
interests you,
want
what
to
is the
do
subject you
when
really
I
want
want to do a film about Devi Chaudharani, who is the famous bandit queen of Bengal, who used to just be on her barge or on the
Horseback.
riverines of Bengal, of East Bengal, and plundered the rich and served the poor. Our Robin Hood, our female Robin Hood, almost the epitome of women liberation in that time. Somebody who was just thrown away from her in-laws just because she was poor and she didn't bring along with her a lot of dowry, and how she creates this position of supremacy for herself. And when I read about her, I almost see a Queen Victoria who is also, with her colonial power, plundering the whole world and getting even the Kohinoor is going
to her,
back to
yes.
to Windsor Castle. So she's no less a bandit queen to me. And when I want to tell the story of Devi Chaudharani, I always want to juxtapose it with her story. And I think that is what
Queen Victoria
that
is.
is, yes.
Yes,
that is the
that
world
is
perspective.
global,
That is the
yes.
international perspective.
Oh, I hope you do that.
Yes, I want to do that. But the moment you are trying to sell something from Bengal,
No, this
people
is
are
two different
suspicious
cultures.
about
Yes.
it. You know, it has to be, because we have, I think, we Indians, being so apologetic about ourselves, have created certain set icons, and we always feel very wary to just
Is it because
to
we're so
disturb.
British without being British? So
Possible.
English without being British?
Possible.
Well, I'm not going to apologize for that for the rest of my life, and I hope you certainly won't.
Shah Rukh once told me that I'm not interested in biopics, and after Gandhi, I don't think anybody else's biopic will sell, not even Tagore's. Shah Rukh told me. So maybe he's right.
Maybe he's right.
Tagore's
It's different
strength
kind of thinking.
with us, the Tagore's charisma with us, or his aura with the way it works with us, it is based on language. It is based on verbal power, which may not be the
But
same to the
yet
rest of
he
the world.
was
Yet he was
proposed by Yeats, no less than a poet like Yeats.
Absolutely.
So I think the whole world, or most of the whole world, will welcome a film on Tagore.
I think the entire, reverence towards literature, towards literary quality, has sort of diminished over the years. I think
Yes, because
overall
we're not
reference,
writing, we're not reading as much as we should.
there are still Nobel Prizes in literature, and
Of course.
despite that, the entire habit of reading and responding to literature, it has gone down to an extent. I'm talking about its overall spread. Therefore, anything which is connected with literary prowess has lost its charm or exclusivity.
But in your films, you have the sweetness of language.
Yes.
That cannot die out in your films. I don't think it ever will.
I love that, I adore that, and I think the sweetness of language is definitely a very important expression of a human expression, and we are complete with that. It is not only, and when people talk to me about verbose films and your films are verbose, they're too wordy, I think we are verbose. We talk a lot. Bengalis by nature
By
are
nature,
verbose.
like the French.
They are
And yet
verbose,
when you go to
yes.
Japan, you say you don't need a
I have to-
translator.
yes,
You can just
exactly.
communicate.
Exactly.
That's so true.
So I think it is, why should I give up? I mean, it is never cast on stone that a cinema can't be verbose. I mean, it shouldn't be distractingly disturbed.
I really look forward to the different kind of film you're going to make, because one day you will. I
Maybe
look forward
one
to
day I'll
Devi
just
Chodrani and
quit
Queen
cinema
Victoria.
and go to read Mahabharat, which I find always very.
Well, I hope
you
you
know.
come back to cinema, because you are cinema. For us Bengalis, you are cinema. And you are for a large part
I
of the
hope
world
I can stay
also.
there with a lot of grace and with a lot of affinity, and I don't have to
You
quit
will.
it.
You're so
yes.
respectful of everything and of yourself, and I wish you all the very best. And I know that you will also join me in wishing Rituparno Ghosh all the very best.